Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to more IL-2 Sturmovik Desert Wings TOBRUK. The developers, Team Fusion Simulations, were kind enough to give me beta access to this so I could showcase some gameplay on the channel. Today we will be doing something slightly different. A number of the cockpit components are clickable in IL-2 Cliffs of Dover Blitz Edition and IL-2 Sturmovik Desert Wings TOBRUK, so we will be running through the startup sequence for a few of these aircraft. Today we're starting off with the BF-109 E7 tropical variant, as you can see, and we're going to get this aircraft in the air. So first we want to be sure our chocks are in, and next we want to set our magnetos to M1+2, which is up here. So we'll click this all the way to the top there. Next we want to make sure our fuel cock is open or toggled up. Next we want to be sure our propeller pitch is set to manual and our pitch is at the 12 o'clock position, which it is currently. Next, we want to be sure our oil and water radiators are open, so we'll go ahead and open this guy up. That is our water radiator, and our oil radiator is here with the yellow lever here, and we want to pull it towards us to completely open it. And lastly, we just want to crack our throttle to around 10%, and we should be good to go to start the engine. Now, if everything is good, hunky-dory, then it should roar to life, but we'll see if I screwed anything up here. Well, the 109 is a fairly forgiving aircraft. And there we go. Engine started. And we'll just remove our chocks and taxi all the way to the end of the runway. Nice and easy. Unlock our tail wheel as well. Might help us out a little bit. Looks like the runway is just up ahead here. There she is. Close our canopy. Align on the runway nicely and slowly begin to throttle up. Lock our tail wheel. Okay, almost at 100%. And a little rocky, but we are airborne. Gear up. Got a little scary there for a second, but thankfully we got the aircraft airborne. How about that? And there we go. That is how you start up and take off the BF-109 E7. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the next aircraft. Okay, here we are on the ground in the next aircraft we're going to start up and take off. The D.520. So this one's fairly similar to the 109 actually. The first step, as well as this is the first step for most of the aircraft, is to make sure your chocks are in. Next, we want to open our fuel cocks, number 1 and number 2. These are in a kind of weird position down here by your feet, right next to the seat, so we can open those up there. This kind of reminds me of where the P-51 Mustang fuel gauges are situated. It's kind of inconvenient, but that's okay. Next, we want to be sure our propeller pitch is set to manual. Oh, there we go. Set it all the way up to manual there. And next, we want to be sure our water radiator is all the way open. Our radiator is this little lever here, and we want to pull that towards us to open it up all the way. And that's it. Fairly simple startup procedure. Now we just start the engine. And there we go. She's purring to life there. Our oil temperature needs to be 30 degrees Celsius and our water temperature needs to be at 40 degrees Celsius before we start moving. So we'll wait and be sure all of that is up to snuff before we begin to taxi our aircraft to the runway. Okay, we should be good to go here, so we can remove our wheel chocks and begin to taxi our aircraft out to a suitable position for takeoff. It looks like the runway's right in front of us. Oh my gosh, this aircraft turns very slowly. Let's see, hopefully, and get around to a good position for takeoff here. Also, our gun sight illumination is right here, just in case you are curious, so we can increase that. Not that we really need it at the moment, but I thought it was quite an interesting gun sight. Okay, we should be able to circle around now. And hopefully take this crate into the sky. Oh, much better turning. And here's the runway, I believe. Okay, we should be good to go. Slowly throttle up. Some back pressure on the stick to avoid tipping over. Okay, and we are airborne. Gear up. Making it a little bumpy, but nothing too bad. I'll throttle down. And there we go. That's how you take off the D.520. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this little rundown video for a couple of the aircraft. I'm by no means an expert, and I think that showed, but hopefully you found it interesting nonetheless. I did want to mention that IL-2 Desert Wings TOBRUK is currently available for pre-order, and the release date is August 6, 2020, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. As always, this is Wolfpack signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.